Hello, this is Mr. Cerisa, and today we'll find the equation of a hyperbola given just a little bit of information. This always seems harder than it actually is, so sometimes you have to make a picture, sometimes you have to look at the information and go from there. It's basically like a detective. You just take what you have and then build the whole amount of information from that. So I'm going to do number 24 on page 670. And this one, they just give you the vertices. So the vertices are at -4, 0, and 4, 0. And they also give you the asymptote line is y equals 2x. So this is one of the asymptotes. And that's at y equals 2x. And it doesn't necessarily help, but I want you to make sure you understand that if y equals 2x is one of them, then y equals -2x is the other, if it's centered at the origin. And we know this one is centered at the origin because this goes -4, 4 as the two vertices. So they're both 4 away from the origin, and we have 0 and 0 there. So we know that. That's stuff that we know. And that helps us out a lot. So I'm just going to do a quick sketch. I don't really need to draw the whole thing, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we have, these are our vertices. Okay, so again, that tells us the center. Oh, actually, let me write that somewhere else. Center is at the origin, which means it has to be an x squared y squared situation. So before I do that, this also, just looking at where the vertices are, tells us the x-axis is the transverse axis. So that means we are starting with an x squared over something minus y squared over something equals 1. And then that something is a squared. Well, that's what the vertices are. So if the vertex is 4 over, that means this is going to be 16. Okay, we have almost everything now just from the vertices. The last thing that we use is the asymptote line. So let's use the slope of the asymptote. And we know slope is rise over run. Right? And so we know that it's 2 over 1 in this case. But we also know we're going to go up something. You know, we'll go up something and then over 4 in order to make our line. Right, so doing that, we know that we're going to go up something over 4. Well, if it has a 2-to-1 ratio, that means 8 has to be the rise. And if 8 is the rise, this is going to be your b over your a. Because your a, again, is your distance to the vertices. So if b equals 8, b squared equals 64. And then we can just take that and put it there. And there's my equation. They did say to graph it by hand also. So I'm just doing a quick graph now. Let me see what I can do here. And so let's go up 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and down 8. And then there's our box. So I'm just going to do quick corners of our box. And then do our line through that box. Corners. And then let's just throw in this curve. So remember the vertices. Go through the vertices and up. And hit the vertices. And there we go. That's hyperbola is purple, and that's a quick graph by hand. Alright, I hope that this helped.